My name is Hermene Hartman, and this is another edition of DIGO Studio. Today we're going to talk about interracial relationships between black women and white men. As America browns, more people are marrying across racial lines. 18% of African Americans marry someone of a different race. 11% of whites marry someone of a different race. So one of the things that you point out in the book, and I'm going to quote your book to you,
all right.
Black women are the only group of women in America who cannot take for granted that if they seek marriage to a black man, that there will not be ample supply of available men from which to choose. Why is that the case?
Primarily because black women began to outnumber black men at age 16. The same thing doesn't happen for whites until age 32. So right from the beginning, young black women are at a disadvantage simply because it's of the numbers.
How does homosexuality play into this formula?
Well, it only plays into it to the degree that that's just yet another group of men that aren't available to black women.
Cheryl, yes. What was the quality of interracial marriages? You talk about that in the book. Is that interracial marriages tend to be more lasting?
Well, the statistics seem to tell against white couples, where both spouses are white, where you have a black woman married to a white man, at the 10-year anniversary mark, there's a 44% likelihood that she is going to still be married to that man, and a 44% greater likelihood than white couples at the same 10-year mark. That's not the same for black males with white women.
So today, in today's culture, there's a lot of online dating.
It is.
Okay, about 60% of online dating is online.
Off of the online dating sites.
I think that goes back to the question that I was asking earlier. I think that a lot of black women are reclaiming their image.
Could be.
Which is something that needs to happen because the image of black women it's portrayed very poorly in the media. Very poorly.
Well, what about the image of black men?
It's even worse. What about the phenomenon of black men leaving the country and say going down to the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico and Cuba, to look for black women? This is something, and I've talked to some black men
about this. Not black American women, but...
They don't want black American women. They want black women from the Dominican, from Puerto Rico, from Cuba, from London, from Paris.
Well, how about black women doing that? Maybe that's what we should do, is cross the borders.
Well, if I had some money.
Well, I have to say that I have interviewed black women that have tried the route of finding an African man, because some of the values, thank you, that these men have, these women weren't about to put up with that.
Run, do not walk, and get this book.
Thank you.
I think that
Appreciate that.
Another world will be opened up to you.
Interracial relationships between black women and white men, and it is most interesting.
Yes, it is.
DIGO Studio, a Chicago-centric show, the place where it starts, covering today's topics and, of course, politics. Our topics are engaging, controversial, and authentic. This is where real talk takes place. We are going to bring it out with a fresh perspective. Let's make talk real again. DIGO Studio.